I know it's been a while since I've been on here and been live. So let me just make sure everything is where it needs to be. Um, how y'all doing? Check in where you're coming in from. I just put something on Instagram like right now to let people know I would be live on here. I know it was last minute that I let them know, but your friend been busy. I've been busy. That's the best way for me to explain it. I've been busy. So, how y'all doing? What's going on? I am just clearing some things so that I don't get notifications while I'm on here. So, you all have my full, undivided attention. And we're going to talk about some things today. We're going to talk about some things. How y'all doing? That's the first question because it's a lot going on. So I gotta ask how y'all doing. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm hungry. Yes, I tried to get home to see if I had time to eat my food, but I did not have time to eat my food. So my food is right here, just staring at me. But let me get my presentation ready because I'm not going to waste too much of your time. Today is going to be short, sweet, and straight to the point. We're going to talk about a few things today that I find important, that I think will be great for us. If you are a financial coach or somebody trying to get your business together. Oh, hi. Hey, Melody. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I have not been live on YouTube in a very long time. So, and I didn't even say anything on Instagram. I said something late. I sent emails out to let people know, but it's just really been life and it's been busy. Oh, hi Lisa, how you doing? If you want to learn about stocks, I mean like really learn about stocks and somebody who walks you through all of it, who's consistent on the channel, there you should follow her. I'm talking about she the goat when it comes to stocks and when it comes to just learning about them and like really getting down into the nitty gritty of what trade she making and why she making that trade and what she doing. Lisa J Stocks, follow her. Follow her. She the truth. I am good. I've just been really busy. A few things going on. But since you're on here for my profit partners, I did finish the course. I was actually going to send it. Well, I'm actually still going to send an email when I get off of here. But I finished the course that it's in the class portal to teach you how to build your group coaching program. It's done. It's recorded. It's in the portal. Enjoy. Let me know what you think. Feedback. I'm still waiting on my but your homework that you owe me. I emailed you about. But okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started because I don't want to take too long. No problem. I want to make sure I delivered what I was supposed to deliver. So yes, it is in the portal, finished and completed by the end of the month. Like I said, enjoy. Let me know if it's helpful, which I'm sure it's going to be. But I just like to make sure it gives what it's supposed to give. Okay, sharing my screen. Hold on, y'all. Do 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 do. Window. Oh, here we go. Bam, bam. So this is no problem, no problem. Let me know how y'all like it. Make sure y'all take it. It should help you go from beginning to the end and help you turn your one-on-one into a group coaching program. It should be excellent. Um, but yeah, so today we're talking about how to replace 10 clients more specifically with one corporate contract. So I'll get into a little bit about me as we talk, but as I continue my practice, I do more consulting and speaking. Not to say that it's easy work, it's not easy work, but to me, it's a larger impact because you are speaking to more people at the same time, as well as when it comes to comparing that to one on one, you'll get a bigger bang for your buck and you'll be able to really boost your business, be able to hire other people to help you. A lot of times the one-on-one, it didn't allow me to scale my business like that. It didn't. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to give this. And just for the financial coaches who are out here working super hard, busting your butt, you spending your whole weekend at the computer, but your bank account is not getting that memo. So you like, and it's like you're really passionate about what you do and you love what you do. So you needed to show you the money, point blank, period. So let's get into it. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Whether you're watching this live or you're somebody catching the replay, I'm really glad that you all are here. My name is Nia Adams. For those who don't know, I'm the Coins Confidant. And what I do, I would say, is simple. I do a few things, but today I help financial experts basically fire their inner secretary and build a confident, profitable business. And so today we're talking about how to replace 10 clients with one corporate contract without cold pitching and begging for business. The goal is to reduce your burnout, because if you continue to consistently go every weekend, you always sit on a computer, spending your entire weekend, when are you living? You're not getting a chance to live, and that's not sustainable to do for long term. So close your tabs, silence the notifications on your phone, and give me 40 minutes of your time. This is what I need. And just to make sure you know you're in the right room, let's talk about who this is for. So it's three specific people that I help. Um, and the first person is the pro bono person. Let me paint a picture for you. Okay. And feel free to drop down in the chat and let me know if any of this sounds like you. So the pro bono pro, you're out here doing free webinars, speaking just for exposure, taking $50 honorariums, just because you believe in the mission, which is great. I'm not saying you shouldn't believe in the mission, but you are not yet charging fees for your service. You're not yet charging to speak, even though you've been doing this. You got the credentials, you got the skills, you know the expertise, you've proven your systems. And you keep telling yourself, like, if I just keep showing up, the money will come later. That's the pro bono pro. Now, if you're the treadmill runner, like this is what I was, you're booked. Your calendar is full. You got clients back to back. You got calendars, having to make sure you check your calendar so you don't overlap. But when you check your bank account, you're still in the red and you're still in the negative, because you're spending money on apps and software and different things, but you're not charging, or you're not putting out enough to bring in the income you need to sustain your business. So you're working 40 plus hours a week, but you're making less than you would make at a corporate job. Now, the last person would be the CEO in waiting. So this person has been in business for a little while and they know exactly what they need to do. Okay. They know what they're supposed to do. They know they're supposed to have a 6-figure business. They got the expertise, like I said, they got the experience, but they're stuck in that solopreneur survival mode. So they're still trading time for money. They don't have an end in sight. And so if you're watching this, let me know. Are you number one? Are you the pro bono pro? Are you the treadmill runner? Or are you the CEO in waiting, number 3? Now, I'm not going to lie. I feel like at one point I was the pro bono pro too. I was the pro bono pro. I definitely was the treadmill runner. And I think that when I became the CEO in waiting, that's when I started reaching like kind of a breaking point in my business. Like, getting my inner Jay-Z, like, this can't be life. There's got to be more. This can't be us, So the truth is, I'm not here to tell you that you're doing anything wrong. I'm not here to tell you that you're messing up in your business and, oh, you can't get it right, or that your model is broken. That's not what I'm here to tell you. I'm here to show you how to build that systems in your business so that you can get more corporate contracts and you can have a consistent system that works for you. You was one pro bono pro. Oh, hey, Anthony. How you doing? Yeah. Okay. So for me, like I said, at different points in my business, I've been all three. I've been all three before, to be just completely honest. Like, if y'all don't know, I keep it real. I don't lie. I'm pretty open about what I've done and experienced in these 8.5 years of business. Now, Let me show you the math that woke me up, that got me to the point it was like, well, wait a minute. I should be doing things a little differently. So you got the expert model. 10 clients, maybe you charging those clients $500 a month, $500 each client, whatever it is you're charging them, that's $5,000 a month. So maybe you're working 40 plus hours. You got to keep up with client life. You got to keep up with their file, do their strategy sessions, work out what their plans look like, all the things. You're not really having as much time to grow and you're burnout. And if you're not burnout now, it's coming in the future. Now, let's look at if that was a corporate contract. With one corporate contract, you could make $5,000. I mean, even if you started out with 3,500, then maybe that might be two contracts in a month. It'll take you 2 days to deliver it, one to make sure that you're building it, practicing it, maybe 3 days tops. Build it, practicing it, making sure you have a flow. But once you consistently do this, you'll have presentations already built. You'll only need to tweak them depending on the client and who's in your audience. This gives you more time to scale your business and this gives you more income in so that you can hire help. So you're not doing it all about yourself. So you're building more stability, it's giving you breathing room in your business, and you have the time to actually sit and strategize and focus on the things that you want to do. At the end of the day, corporations have certain budgets for training and development, professional development for their employees. They have different events and retreats and different things that they have regularly for their employees. And that's the market you want to tap into. So I do want you to pause for a second and think about it. How many clients are you currently juggling? And are you spending a lot of time trying to keep up with them? Like, what does that look like for you? How much time are you spending with your clients currently? I want to ask this question because it makes a difference in the time you spend. You want to have an ROI for the time that you're spending. I know it's a bit of a delay, so I give you all some little time to answer, but how you want to equate the amount of time you're spending to see what the ROI is. That's the reason why I'm asking this question. Because if you're juggling a lot of clients, if you're getting tired just thinking about how many clients that you're juggling, then you're definitely the person that I'm talking to. Definitely the person. Because at the end of the day, we have been bamboozled. Okay. And let me tell you how we've been bamboozled. We've been bamboozled because we've been told, oh, well, just hustle. Every day I'm hustling. Every day, like everything is about hustle harder. It was a sense of pride that your schedule is booked, that, oh, girl, my calendar full, I got clients all day, like things like that. We felt pride in saying, but we were bamboozled because that hustle and consistently posting content and all of those things is not necessarily the route to success. Just getting more clients, waking up at 5 a.m., batching content, showing up on every platform, saying yes to every single opportunity, but your business is still not profitable. This is the thing that we don't really talk about. And I don't feel like we were told this about starting a business. You can't hustle your way to being a millionaire. You need to have some type of package that you sell. Like I talked about before, having something this is your template, this is what your program offers, and you are able to tweak it for different. That's a package. That's a system that you are selling. And you got to be having some strategy. You can't just blindly like, okay, well, if I just keep posting more content, then I'll be fine. Or if I just get more clients, like what is the rhythm? What is the method to the madness? Those are the type of things that you have to think about at the end of the day. So I do have a few housekeeping before we really dive into this. This is not necessarily a teaching session. We're here to have a conversation. This is not any type of pitch fest. I'm not here to pitch y'all a program. I do have a freebie for you at the end, but I'm not here to pitch your program. I just want to show you exactly how I myself went from taking $50 honorariums. One time I drove to Milwaukee and for a $50 honorarium, which means that the money that I got probably didn't even cover my gas and food for me to go to the event. And I did it all in the same day. Like, so I'm not here to say like you're doing it wrong or anything like that. This is just real of what it looks like. If you don't have somebody to help you or show you or for you to, watch and follow as a mentor when you start a business, I feel like we all go down a similar path. I think that's just how it goes. My goal that I want for you is to take notes. Okay, take notes, pause and reflect. I'm going to ask you some questions as we go through this. Take the time to pause and reflect. Like I said, I do have a free tool for you. It's my profit audit. And so the purpose of this audit is to help show you exactly where the leaks are in your business so you can know exactly where you need to plug them in. And so you can start retaining more of your revenue. Does that sound good? We cool with that? We cool with that? All right. Let's get into it. So I'm first going to tell you a little bit about me and my business and my story. If you've ever been on one of my lives, you've heard some of my story before. And so I started my financial coaching business in 2007. No, 2017. Sorry. And I did well. I had people coaching me. I would be speaking and I was everywhere. I was online. I was doing all the things. I would speak at local businesses around my house. I would be going live regularly. I was making content. I was a treadmill runner slash pro bono pro, like I told y'all. Working on my business every weekend. I was on my computer all day Saturday, all day Sunday. Every day after work, I was on my computer until 10, 11, 12 o'clock. Like I was humping, working in my business. And when it came to the end of the day, my business was in the negative because I was spending money on softwares and programs and applications, but I wasn't bringing money really in enough to cover those things that I needed. I wasn't really charging what my worth was. I was happy for somebody to even take me as their financial coach. I was happy for somebody to even want me to speak, like, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like I didn't have enough confidence to feel like, oh, well, I'm giving them some value. I wasn't there yet. And so I was just elated at the fact that somebody would even see me as the expert and want me to come in, not even thinking about the fact that, like, yeah, they want you to come in. You coming in for free. Of course they want you to come in. So it's like that was a moment that I had to learn and experience in my own. And if any of that sounds familiar, raise your hand, give me a wave or something, because I know I'm not the only one who has experienced or ran a business like that. I had the credentials and I consistently get the credentials because when I started this business, I already had an MBA in finance. So before I got any certifications, before I coached one client, before I even started the business, I had an MBA in finance. So I came into this business with the credentials. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. If you know I'm not alone, click same. And so like I talked about before, I had a breaking point. I had a point where I had to make a choice. I had to decide whether I was just going to quit my business and just work my real job and give up on my passion, give up on the impact that I desire to make, give up on helping my people with their finances, which is something that's really near and dear to me. And I closed my business probably for 3 months. I think I took a whole summer because I was like, I'm missing out on all the fun. I can't go to none of the fun stuff because my always at the dang on computer. So I took a summer to live because I felt like I was missing out on life for a business that wasn't giving me anything back. And so when I came back at the end of that summer, I said, we'll see how I feel. If I feel like it, then I'll start the business back up. And if I don't, then I won't. But when I came back, my passion was still there. So I decided to start it back up. But I paid attention when I had that moment where I wasn't stuck and glued to my computer. I thought about it like it's other coaches out here making money. Okay. It's other people out here making six figures, charging, having these programs, and sometimes charging people for much less than I was out here giving out. And so once I started to realize that, I learned, okay, they're not inherently smarter than me. That's not what it is. hmm, they're making money, but I'm not. They're working differently than I am. They weren't selling hours. They weren't saying like, oh, you paying by the hour. They were selling packages. They were selling programs, cohorts, all those type of things. They were pitching corporations. They were getting contracts, reoccurring contracts, things like that. And, being in the Goldman Sachs program, that also helped me realize that because my business advisor was telling me. So that to me was the breaking point when I woke up like, okay, this not it. This not gonna be me. So what changed for me turned into something that I work differently now. So don't get me wrong. I'm not here to tell you I'm not busy and I spend 2 hours on the computer and that's it. But I'm here to tell you I make way more money and do not as much work as I was then. If you follow me on social media, you'll know my social media been sketchy because I've been knee deep in my business, baby. But I've been getting to the money. I want to become where the money resides. So here's what changed for me before the pivot. I was working with clients. I wasn't really making money. I was speaking. I was showing up doing events, vending. I was vending at different places. I got plenty of pictures of me doing vending and nobody really stopped by my table. After I'm spending all this money in vendor fees and insurance and all the things. Um, on social media, I looked like I was the bomb. I looked like my business was banging and doing well, but I wasn't getting paid for any of the things that I was doing. And now I'm less consistent on social media because I'm spending time in my business doing the income generating things. That's what I decided based on what was needed in my business. And so now I do mostly corporate contracts, speaking, consulting, and different things like that. And it also has helped me build confidence in my brand. It helps me. I know my value that I bring. I know the expertise I have. So I'm not here to tell you that it's just a flick of the switch. You also have to believe in what you do and believe you are worth that. Okay. I'm not doing half as much as I used to do before, but I'm making way more money because I'm having more money come from one contract as opposed to constantly out here working to market to customers and get one person and get the consultation calls. And like it's working differently and working with strategy now and different packaging. I have signature packages, I have signature frameworks now that you can get if I'm delivering it. So I do have a question for you. What would you change in your business, even if half of your individual clients was able to be one corporate client? If you was able to replace like half of them, how much more time would you have in your business to do things? So let's just say you got 20 clients and you were able to replace 10 of them with 3 corporate contracts. What would you then do with the extra time? What would you do? Would you hire somebody? One client, 1 hour per month. Yeah, would you hire somebody to help you? Would you spend like what would you spend some of that time doing? I'm curious. I know it's a little bit of a delay, so I'll keep going and give you all time to answer. So now that I have made that shift and I've made that change, let me show you what my business looks like more. I got repeat clients because I have a system set up to get the clients. I'm booking speaking engagements. I got speaking engagements booked in August, and it's only March. Um, I now don't do financial coaching at all. And I'm building a business that works better for me. Now, are there adjustments? Are there things that change and shifts and things don't go perfectly? Absolutely. But I can truly, wholeheartedly say, I'm definitely not doing what I used to do before. Most days when I get home, I don't touch my business. Mostly I touch it on the weekends now. Whereas before, baby, I was touching my business every day, all day. I felt like it was a consistent thing. So I think that it's important for me to have a business that works for me and not me consistently burning myself out for my business. And I think that that works better for me. It has nothing to do with me being more talented than you or those other coaches being more talented to me. I just learned a way to package my expertise in a way that corporations value. And they're willing to pay for that value. They're willing to pay for that shift, for that transformation. So that's what we're going to talk about right now. Let's get into it. So here is what we're going to talk about. The core of what we're talking about today is three shifts that you need to make to help take yourself from hustling with all these individual clients to landing more corporate contracts. The first shift is going to be how you position yourself. How you position yourself, it matters way more than you think. The second thing is packaging. When you're talking with a corporation, they're not going to buy you based on hours. They're not going to hire you based on we hire you for 3 hours. That's not how they hire. They buy the results that you will bring to their members, their students, to their customers, to their employees. They buy that. They're not buying you by the hour. Okay. And then pricing. You have to stop undercharging. You need to charge your rate because you can never charge your worth because you're worth too much. So you can charge your rate because you understand the value that you bring and you know the shift and the transformation that you're going to bring to that room once you walk out of it. Okay. So the value that you bring and the transformation that you deliver. And so I'm going to break these down a little bit more one by one. And then if you have questions or you want to talk about it, let me know. But the first thing is the positioning. Okay, networking, also finding ways to utilize my business skills in the community. Okay, hire admin assistant, sales, and marketing. Oh, now that, yeah, I hear you on that because that's a way that you can free up your time and though so you can be out pitching and getting more corporate contracts. Because at the end of the day, that's one of the reasons why you want to free your time up. If you know that this is the activity I need to do and it's a direct activity that leads to bringing money into my business, then okay, I need to continue doing more of this. But if I got these other things that got to be done in my business, okay, I need to do enough of this to hire somebody to do those so I can stay in my bag, basically. So shifting your positioning. Shifting your positioning is important. And at the end of the day, a lot of corporations, they're not going to hire you when you say like, oh, I'm a financial coach, and I help people do better with money. That sounds good when you're talking about working with individuals. But when it comes to you talking to a corporation, you want to speak into what problem they have that you're going to solve. Okay. So you might be thinking, but I'm a coach. Like that's what I do. I coach people, or I'm a speaker. That's what I do. I'm like, and I get that and I understand that. But the thing that you have to understand is the amount of work or the work that you're doing, rather, is a better way to say it, is not going to change. That's not going to change. What's going to change is how you talk about it. So let me give you an example. So it's like you might say, I'm a life coach who helps people find balance. If I'm a corporation or organization, that doesn't sound like I need you. You know what I mean? Because I'm not looking to find balance right now. So, thank you for your time. Have a great day. But if you tell me that you're a workplace wellness consultant and what you do is you help reduce employee burnout and increase retention, okay, now you got my ear perked because turnover is a mother. So turnover is one of the most very, and I know that don't make sense, but y'all get what I'm saying, one of the very expensive things that a corporation has to deal with. Turnover is expensive because they have to hire more people. They have to train the new people coming in. So they got to pay the person getting trained and the person training them. They have to deal with the learning curve of that new employee and pay them all that time while they learn the job. So if you can reduce retention, you will be a benefit because that's something that they need. Corporations sometimes don't know how much financial confidence plays a role in how happy their employees are. So it's the way that you work it. It's the same work. You're doing the same thing. You're showing up, you're speaking, you're giving a workshop, or you're showing up and you're giving a series of workshops, but it's the way that you package it and the way that you speak about it that's different. Okay. So for an example, if you call yourself a coach, a consultant, an expert, if you're watching the replay, Put in the chat, put in the comments. What do you call yourself when somebody asks you who are you and what you do? Because that's very important. Because if I hear that you have what I need, I'm intrigued now. I want to know more. If you say something that doesn't apply to me, I don't need to know more. So that's why it's important. So the second shift that you need to make, we already know the first one is position. You have to position yourself to solve corporate problems, not individual problems. That's the first one. The second one is packaging. So the second shift is packaging because you're not selling hours. You want to start selling outcomes. And technically, to be honest, even with individual clients, to an extent, this is similar, but it's different. So let's talk about that. When you charge by the hour, it's almost like you are making yourself saying like your time is worth this much per hour. And the client is thinking that. So that's why sometimes you might find people say, oh, well, I can find somebody cheaper than that. And people think like that. But if you package it as a signature expertise or a signature framework, workshop, training program, experience, accelerator, whatever the course may be, or whatever it is, a consulting engagement. That's like if you say, oh, that's like when you say janitor or you say sanitation technician. They sound different. One of them sound like they make more money. I'm just saying. So it's about the way that you package what you have. And you're no longer selling the time to say, oh, okay, well, you get 3 5-hour sessions for this amount or things like that. You're selling the transformation. So instead of saying you charge $150 an hour for financial coaching, you would say, well, I deliver half-day financial wellness workshops that helps reduce employee stress and increase productivity. Because what business doesn't want productivity increased? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You're positioning yourself and packaging your expertise to a signature package so that you can present it to say, okay, well, this is the package. This package comes with this, and this. It also gives you very clear marketing when you're sitting down and you're having that sales conversation. You can easily just say like, oh, well, I offer this. I can able to bring this to the table, blah, 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 blah. That's very important because it shows you know what you're talking about. It shows you have the things already included. So they're not just getting bits of information and being left. It shows that you have a well thought out process. And it shows that what you're providing is something that's valuable. It's not just oh, well, here's a little tidbit for you. This is something that's worth it. It's an entire package. I can see everything that comes with it. Now I understand also why it costs what it costs. And that's the thing you want to think about. Now, the last one, which I'm sure by now y'all should know what the last P is. What y'all think the last P is? I'm curious to know what y'all think the last P is. Y'all should be able to know what the last P. So if the first P was positioning, the second P is packaging. What y'all think the third P is? Yes, price. Nah, Shantae got it. Pricing is the third P because that's if you're trying to be where the money resides, you got to spend some time strategy figuring out what the money is. So pricing, and this is where I feel like a lot of coaches, speakers, and financial experts as a whole struggle. Hell, I struggled with it myself for a while. Like I started speaking, like I said, I did free $50. And then when I first moved to start charging more, I think I charged like $350 for a session. Then from $350, I think I went to $750. Like, so I kind of inched my way up. You know what I mean? And then I started learning like, girl, you a whole author. Girl, you've been doing this many years. Like, look at the testimonials or the experience that you have at the end of your sessions and how much the reviews people start saying and putting in my reviews. Like I had to own my worth, and that's what it's about. What you have to understand is that corporate budgets are not like personal budgets. They're not going into their personal bank account. Their budget is their budget. And so your price is your price. You're typically going to look for the people who are making the decisions. You're looking for the HR leaders, the learning and development directors. It could be talent development. It can be employee engagement. It can be students activity director. It can be, you want the person who brings in, it could be program director, but you have to learn for the industry that you want to specialize in. Who is the person that brings in the external resources and would have the power of the purse to make those type of decisions? That's who you have to find out. At the end of the day, when an HR director has an annual training budget, a $5,000 workshop is just a part of it. They're expecting it because they're looking for somebody to come in with expertise and knowledge and credentials, and they know that that's going to cost money to get that person. So that's the other thing. That's the thing you have to understand. Okay, your signature service or framework. It can only be delivered by your company because it's your framework. It belongs to you. You have already proven it because you've done all these one-on-one sessions and you've helped all these different people. And if you have consistent broken record moments, and if you don't know what a broken record moment is, that means that's something that you tell every single client. You tell them this, it's been helpful so many times. You've worked with these 10, 15, 50 people, and you know you've helped all of them. And it's something, even though they might have had different situations, you have something that you've helped all of them with. That's what you build your pillars for your program for. That's what you build your signature framework from. So this is something that you have proven, tried and tried again, and you know that it works. That's the value that you're bringing. That's the transformation that you're bringing. I mean, it could be a lot of us that teach financial expectation. I'm sorry. It can be a lot of us that teach financial education, but everybody has their same like zone of genius. For me, it's confidence every time, helping you build your confidence. Like I can teach you how to do well with money, but I love teaching you having the confidence to actually do what you just learned because that's huge. I see people all the time who makes lots of money, but they don't feel confident in making big financial decisions without a second opinion, without second guessing themselves, without doing a little bit extra research, without like, so that's my zone of genius. So once you find your zone of genius, package it, position yourself, and give the right price. If you got to look into what other people are charging, like we should be beyond the days where talking about money is taboo. Talking about money is not taboo no more. Okay. So the truth is, it's time. It's time to stop practicing and start profiting. So just to recap, these are the 3 shifts that you need to make. You need to change your positioning. Be a consultant, not a coach. Number 2, you need to be packaging what you offer. You're not selling hours when you're dealing with corporations. You are selling a signature experience, service, framework, package, program. Pick whatever wording that you want to pick for it, but it's something that's signature to you, and this is what you deliver. And what makes it so beautiful is once you build it, you can deliver the same one over and over and over and over again, which will also help you master it, which means you will go and kill it every time. The third thing is going to be pricing, charging corporate rates, not individual rates. When you think about corporate, there might be 100, 300 people in the room. You're not charging based off the people in the room. Even though you have a preset program, you still have to practice it. You still have to tweak it for that organization. You still have the years, time, energy, conferences, books you've read, professional development, all the things you've put in to have the knowledge that you have. You're bringing all that expertise that you spent with those 50 one-on-one clients and saw what worked. You're bringing that to them, and that's worth something, and that's very valuable. So you're charging $5,000 because you're solving a $50,000 problem. Because think about it, if you're serving 100 people and each one of those people paid you to coach, if you're giving all of those people a transformation, that's valuable and that's worth something. So these are the 3 shifts. When you implement them, I promise you and assure you, it will change your business and it will change the conversations you have and the people you have those conversations with. Knowing them isn't enough though. you kind of got to know where you are right now. You have to know where you are right now so you can know where you need to start with fixing it. And that's where the profit audit comes in. So a lot of times we know that they say knowledge is power. At the end of the day, it can be powerful, but it's only powerful when you start doing it. So you probably already knew a lot of what I talked about today. You've probably heard some of it here and there, bits and pieces. You know you should charge more. You know that you're worth more. You know that you're out here giving the transformations and changing lives. Okay. You might even know that you should be packaging your services or targeting corporations, but you're not doing it. Why? That's the question. Because knowing what to do and actually doing it are two different things. And so the reason you're not doing it is because you don't know where to start. You don't know which system you should be fixing first. Okay. You don't know where the leaks are, and you don't know what single part or gap is blocking your growth in your business. And that's a problem that I feel like a lot of us have. You can't fix what you can't see. So, thinking in your business right now, what is one thing that if you fixed it, you think it would make your business easier? And I ask that question because that's the exact purpose of the Profit Audit. It's a free download. It takes you about 2 minutes, and it essentially is a tool to help you find the different leaks in your coaching business and see what systems you need to set up that you haven't set up yet. And this talks about everything from lead gen to workflows, all the things. Are you positioned as a consultation? Are you positioned as a consultant? Why can't I say consultant? Are you positioned as a consultant or a coach? So thinking about all those things and how your business is currently set up, how things are set up, this audit can help you figure out where to automate things. It can help you figure out what systems you already have, which ones you don't. I'm going to drop the link in the chat so that you can download it, especially if somebody, oh, you said profit too, Anthony. Yo, it was price. It was price. You should know, Anthony. Okay, so I'll put the link down in the chat for those who want to download it. Again, it's completely free. There we go. So yeah, I put the link in the chat. And so even if you're watching this on the replay, make sure you scroll through the chat and grab it. It's a great way to see and find out where the leaks are in your business and how you can fill them. Knowing where to start is a huge part of it. So go ahead, click the link, enter your email, and then you'll get the link to download the PDF immediately. Really simple. It takes you about 2 minutes to do it. And you're also going to get access to a class, my corporate negotiation masterclass. It walks you through exactly how to pitch and close your first deal. I even have like a role play audio so I can give you an example of what that looks like. So go ahead, get the edit. Go ahead, get the audit. And then I want to open it up if you have questions. If you have questions about anything that I talked about today, go ahead and drop your questions. If you're watching live, drop them in the chat. I'm going to answer as many as I can in the next few minutes. And then if you're watching a replay, feel free to drop it in the comments, because I'll still come back and read those comments. I'll read every single one of my comments and reply. So go ahead. I'll let you guys ask questions if you have them. Oh, no problem. No problem. So yeah, let me know if you have questions. Feel free to drop them. Drink some water while I wait. I will say too, I will be live more. So I will start going live more. I'm thinking about doing every 2 weeks, or if I'm going to do every 1 month. I think I might start off doing 2 weeks for a little while, because I need to, at this point, I need to revive my YouTube channel, So if we don't have any questions, I did good. We had 45 minutes. That was my goal, to do like about 45 minutes. I got to revive it, Lisa. And I've been busy. I'm not going to say it's been a good year, but I just haven't been making a whole bunch of content. So yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad it was helpful. So that's the three shifts you need to make: positioning, packaging, and pricing. Those are three things that you definitely need to work on before you want to go and get corporate contracts, because it's going to make a huge difference in what events you go to, what conversations you have, what you're saying during those conversations, and all those things matter greatly. And then, so I just dropped the just in case. Pages dot. Bam, that's the link one more time. I'll give you one final reminder. Go ahead and get your profit audit. It's a 2 minute. It takes 2 minutes. And if you haven't grabbed the profit audit yet, go ahead and do it now. Do the audit. Come hang out with me on my email list. Of course, I would say once a month, I send an email. I'm not blowing up your inbox, but I do drop good, nice tips and things like that to help you build a profitable coaching business. Or if you want to be a better speaker, I drop tips and things like that. So I'll be here every other week with a new live stream. And what I'll basically be doing is each live stream, I'm just going to take one specific topic and break it down for that one live stream. And so that's what I'm going to do. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel, hit like, hit the notification bell. Please and thank you. Like, comment, all the things. Share this live with somebody else, all the things. And you all have a good one.